Opening an existing document. When we have an existing document that we have saved or stored before, we can retrieve it for printing or editing. How do we open an existing document? We go to the File tab and move down to the Open option. This will navigate us to the Open screen. From the location list, select the location where the document is stored. For example, Computer, OneDrive, or click on the Browse button that will launch the open window and display all locations and folders on the computer. For this purpose, we will use the option Browse after clicking on Computer. In the open window, on the left side of the window, select a location, example, Documents. All files and folders in the Documents folder will be displayed in the File and Folder pane when choosing this option. In the File and Folder pane, double-click on the folder that contains the file to be opened. If the file is in a subfolder, or if you can see the file in the File and Folder pane, select the document to be opened and click on Open at the bottom right of the open window. Next, we will be applying character formatting. Formatting text means to change the appearance of our text and the document styles to make it look more professional and to draw the reader's attention. To format the text of our document, we will be using the tools of the Format group under the Home tab. How to use the tools of the Font group. Before we want to apply our format, we have to make sure that we first select our text. For this activity, we will select the text. This is my first Word document and apply formatting tool. To select our text, we click in front of the word This and drag the mouse pointer across till the end of the Word document. Now we have to format our text to make it stand out a bit. Hence, we use the Bold tool. Under the Home tab, in the Font group, we will click on the B. This tool will make our text bold, meaning it will put emphasis on the selected text and make it stand out more. Should we want to remove the bold feature, we click again on the Bold tool to deactivate the tool. Next, we want to italicize our selected text. Under the Home tab, in the Font group, we will click on the I. This tool will make our selected text lay on a slant, which will give the reader some thought when looking at it. Should we want to take the italic off, we click again on the italic tool. Next, we want to underline our text. Under the Home tab in the Font group, we will click on the U. This tool will draw a line under our selected text, which will give the reader some thought when looking at it. Should we want to take the underline off, we click again on the Underline tool. Next, we want to give our text a different font face. Under the Home tab in the Font group, we will click on the little arrow on the right-hand side of the Font tool. The text in this tool will vary depending what font face was last applied to the selected text. The most common text that will appear in the Font toolbox is Calibri, Times New Roman, or Arial. From the Font option drop-down list, select the desired font, example, Comic Sans MS. This tool will change the font's face of the selected text, which will give the reader some thought when looking at it. Should we want to change the font's face again, we can click on the little arrow next to the Font tool again and choose a different font. Next, we want to give our text a different font size. Under the Home tab in the Font group, we will click on the little arrow on the right-hand side of the Font Size tool. The size in this tool will vary depending what font size was last applied to the selected text. The most common sizes that will appear in the Font Size toolbox is 11 or 12. From the Font Size options drop-down list, select the desired font size, example 14 point, as this is our heading. This tool will change the font size of the selected text to 14 point. Should we want to change the font size again, we can click on the little arrow next to the Font Size tool again and choose a different font size. Next, we will be working with Zoom feature. When we look at our screen, it sometimes might be that our document view is too small or even too big and will cause damage to our eyes. As we are different people, we have different needs. Some people can see far from a distance, others not. Some feel comfortable with small text, others will feel comfortable with bigger text. Word's zoom feature will allow us to make the view of the page bigger for better readability, or if it's too big, to fit the window. We can zoom it out to make it smaller and fit the window. How to zoom a page in or out? Under the View tab, in the Zoom group, we will click on Zoom. This is the Zoom button that will open the Zoom dialog box in the Zoom window. We can now select the desired size in percentage, example 100%, or type the desired size in the percentage section and click on OK. Alternatively, we can go to the bottom on the right hand side of the status bar and click on the minus to zoom the page out, making it smaller, or the plus to zoom the page in, making it bigger. Next, we will be manipulating text between documents through cut, copy and paste. When manipulating text between documents, we can make a duplicate of a portion of information and take it to other location, or move a portion of information from one location to another. Let's start with copying text. When we copy text, we make a duplicate of the selected text and can paste it at another location. How to copy text? First, we need to select or highlight the text we want to copy. Then, under the Home tab, under the Clipboard group, we click on the Copy tool. The Copy button will make a duplicate of the selected text and place it on the clipboard. The Copy button will make a duplicate of the selected text and place it on the clipboard. The next step is to place our cursor where we want to insert the text. Make sure that we are on the Home tab and under the Clipboard group on the Paste tool. When clicking on the Paste tool, our text will be inserted at the position of our cursor. Let's try to copy some text. We will make a copy of our heading, "This is my first document," in order to demonstrate how copy works. So we first select our heading. By now we are familiar with selecting text. Then we go to Copy tool under the Clipboard group of the Home tab. Then we place our cursor where we want to insert the copied text. For this purpose, we will place our cursor at the end of our last text and press Enter on the keyboard twice, and go to the Paste tool under the Clipboard group of the Home tab and click. Now we can see that the text we copied from our heading is now duplicated. Let's work with cutting or moving text. When we cut text, we move the selected text from one location to another. How to cut text? First, we need to select the text we want to cut. Then under the Home tab, under the Clipboard group, we click on the Cut tool. The Cut tool will remove the selected text and place it on the clipboard. The next step is to place our cursor where we want to insert the text. Make sure that we are on the Home tab and under the Clipboard group on the Paste tool. The Paste tool will insert our text at the position of our cursor. Let's try to cut some text. We will move to the last sentence below our heading, "I understand the word interface," and place it below our second heading of "This is my first document," in order to demonstrate how cut works. So we first select our sentence. By now we are familiar with selecting text. Then we go to the Cut tool under the Clipboard group of the Home tab. We can now see that when we click on the Cut tool, our selected text is removed and placed on the clipboard. Next, we will place our cursor where we want to insert the cut text. For this purpose, we will place our cursor at the end of our second heading, press twice Enter on the keyboard, and go to the Paste tool under the Clipboard group of the Home tab and click. Now we can see that the text we cut from our heading is now moved to the new location. Excellent! Your skills are increasing. Well done!